This is the Green Hornet. I want to talk.
I got no talking to do.
What will we do?
Let's get him to the hospital. Somewhere aboard, there's $2 million worth of narcotics. And he's the only one that knows exactly where.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. His aide, Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal. The Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
Things look normal enough. But Dr. Thomas...
May I speak to the resident doctor, please?
I'm the resident.
I have a man here that needs some help.
You know, I thought you were invented by someone. For kicks. You are the Green Hornet.
But not for kicks, Doctor.
How did it happen?
He fell. Will he live?
I don't know. It looks like a concussion. Miss Christie, have Nurse Grayson meet me in emergency. And then call the police.
His name is Gus Wander. I'm sure the police will want to know that.
The police.
We got a fortune riding on a deal, and you're watching Batman?
That must be Wander.
Well, find out, stupid.
Wander?
No, it's Wolf. Let me in.
Where's Wander?
I'm asking you. He was supposed to be here a half an hour ago. Has he called or anything?
No, he hasn't called or anything.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin. Only moments ago, the Green Hornet delivered a badly injured man to the Claiborne Hospital. He was identified as Gus Wander, a transient. Wander remains in a deep coma and under police guard. The Hornet was not, repeat, not apprehended. Further bulletins as the news develops.
I want Wander.
Kato. Brett. I heard the police bulletins in the car. Where'd you ever find Wander? The last I heard, he was out of the country.
The Sentinel's Far East Bureau set me on to him. They got a tip that $2 million in narcotics was leaving Hong Kong, destination USA.
And Wander was in on it?
Up to his ears.
He sailed as an ordinary seaman aboard the freighter Sally Bell.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have had him picked up.
Because the Sally Bell didn't make it. She was caught in a typhoon, abandoned by all hands. She was picked up for salvage. That's where she is now.
Well, then the narcotics must still be aboard.
Exactly. But there are 1,000 hiding places. Wander's the only one that knows where.
If he lives.
I'll do what I can in that direction.
Here's the hospital number.
Thank you. Hello. This is the district attorney. Let me speak with the officer regarding Gus Wander, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Officer Carmichael.
Will you find out if Gus Wander can be moved?
I'll have to ask Dr. Thomas.
I'll ring her.
Dr. Thomas doesn't answer, sir. I'll go back and check with her.
Get off behind her, lady. Something's going on. I don't know what.
You harmed the girl. I won't go with you.
Now, look.
I mean that. And if the man is to live, you need me.
Maybe you're right.
All right, leave her alone. Well, let's get these two out of here.
Operator. Operator, this is an emergency. Get me the police. Sergeant, this is the district attorney. I want you to send some units over to the Claiborne Hospital. In a hurry. Yeah. There's been an assault and a kidnapping. Right. I better get right over there.
Why, Frank? To pick up the pieces?
What do we do?
Well, the first thing we have to do is figure out why somebody would want Wander enough to pull a stunt like this. $2 million in narcotics, that's a lot of money. Who would have an operation big enough to handle a shipment of that size?
Bert Selden.
Of course.
It has to be Selden. I'm going to get right on him.
Wait a minute, Frank. He has the doctor. She'd be the first one hurt.
Yeah.
We play our cards right. Let Selden get the narcotics. Then we can catch him with his hands full and dirty. Let's roll, Kato.
All right, Doctor. Use that bag.
For what purpose? He's in a coma.
Then bring him out of it. I want him to talk. Now, Doctor. Check it.
Who is it?
The Green Hornet. I've got a proposition for Sheldon.
All right, tell him to come on up.
Come on up.
Is that any way to greet a future business associate?
What are you, some kind of magician?
It's a lot more practical than that, Selden. There's a freight elevator that comes to this floor, too. The door was locked, but it wasn't as well covered as this one. Shall we get down to business?
I've got no business with you.
Not yet. But you will have. 2 million in narcotics.
Well, you've got the wrong party, Mr. Hornet.
Oh? Then I guess it's just a paternal interest you have in Gus Wander. How is he, Doctor?
Not good.
Then that leaves it entirely up to me.
Meaning?
Wander's the only one that knows exactly where the shipment is. I know the approximate location. That's a lot more than you do. But if you're not interested.
Okay. You're calling the shots? How do we move?
We'll get Wander close to the stuff. See if the doctor can bring him around. It'll save a lot of time. You can follow me.
Right. Get Wander and the doctor down to your car.
Just a minute. We'll split them up. If they're a winning combination, we'll both have half.
What's the matter, Mr. Hornet? Don't you trust me?
Only as far as I can see you, Selden. And no farther.
I don't understand you, Bert. How come you letting the Green Hornet cut the action?
There's no action to cut yet. If there is, I'll hedge the bet. Mobile operator, connect me to 555-7767.
What are you doing?
Well, this looks like it. I'm hedging on my bet like I said I would. Honey boy? I've got a job for you, honey boy. Gus. Gus, can you hear me? Gus, you're aboard the Sally Bell. Everything's gonna be all right.
2 men in masks following me.
Gus, I wanted to send one of the boys with you, but you didn't trust me. All right, bring him out of it, Doc.
Kept him under for hours.
Painlessly. And maybe giving him a chance to live he doesn't deserve.
What do we do?
Wait. Maybe he'll come around again.
Harlow, you're out on the deck. She bugs me. Tell me where the shipment is. So we don't have much time to get you and it off the ship.
Behind the firewall in the engine room.
But how do we tell where, Gus? We can't take you down there with us.
Half a dozen insects painted over.
Are you through with him, Selden?
Yeah. I got all I need.
Then we'll take care of him and the doctor. We'll meet you in the engine room.
All right. Let's go.
According to plan, we have 5 minutes to get out of here after I signal Scanlon.
We're gonna make our move in about 5 minutes. Our target is a freighter named the Sally Bell.
Doctor, you either come with us willingly or you will be carried.
What's that? That's Honey Boy. Just keep on working on those screws.
Two minutes.
One man. I've got him spotted.
So do I. He's over by those crates.
I'll get him.
No. Too much open ground.
Yeah, but we're running out of time.
What's going on here?
Now it's coming.
Yeah, there it is.
It's here, all right.
Honey Boy's making sure it's all ours, too. Come on, let's get out of here. All right, move out.
A little bit to the left. That's it.
could have gotten away, you know.
I know.
I would have offered you a ride home, but I suppose you'd feel safer with the police.
Not necessarily.
What's the matter, Mike?
It's a matter of principle. Either we as a newspaper have it or we don't. That's my position.
Oh, has somebody suggested we take a stand against motherhood?
Listen to this. This is an item bought and paid for to go into our personal column. Man in green mask. Urgent you have immediate physical examination. Respond. Britt, that's an item directed to the Green Hornet. There's no telling what message it conveys.
You're right, Mike. Turn it down. We can't be a party to that. Mike, on that narcotics thing, wasn't there a doctor involved?
Dr. Hannah Thomas insists she doesn't know anything that happened at any time.
Courageous lady. Kidnapped threat to her life. Mike, we're going to have the Sentinel give her a testimonial dinner. Governor, mayor, plaque, I'll say a few words. The selfless dedication of people like Dr. Thomas.
Maybe a private little supper afterwards at your club.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I suspected you'd like that.
Mike, follow up on that. I'm going to advertising.
That's a real good promotion idea the boss has.
Is she attractive?
Very. Brainy, too. I'm surprised she let the Green Hornet get away.
Don't count on it, Mike. She may get another chance.
$1,000 there. What have you got? You said on the phone you'd give me the name of the man behind the construction company insurance racket.
Show me the money first.
What's that?
Bulldozer.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet, his aide Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal, the Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner-publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
Just in time, didn't we, Axford? Did you get it?
Get what?
The name of the man behind the construction company insurance racket. Was it Emmett Crown? You offered to give that night watchman $1,000 for the name. Was it Crown? Well?
I don't know. He was killed before he could tell me.
Then I have a proposition for you. I want the name, too. If we work together, we can get it.
Working together.
You want to expose the Mammoth Insurance Company. I want to eliminate competition. Working together.
I wouldn't work with you if...
Shouldn't you discuss that with your employer first?
I don't have to ask him. I know Britt Reed. I know what he'd say.
Do it, Mike.
Do it?
I'd cooperate with Satan himself to smash Crown and his operation.
Satan is one thing, but working with the Green Hornet. Besides, we haven't any proof it is Crown.
Can you think of a better way of getting it? It takes a thief to catch a thief.
Britt, will you listen to me?
It's all settled, Mike. When the Green Hornet contacts you, you tell him you'll meet him any place, any time. Ready to cooperate completely.
You realize you're stepping on his principles, don't you?
If we can get what we need on Emmett Crown, I'll soak his principles in warm water, in the form of a bonus. I think I'll pay Mr. Crown a visit.
Why?
Crown's too clever to buy Mike as a turncoat. Unless the publisher of the Daily Sentinel sets up the sale.
Emmett Crown.
Mr. Crown, thanks for seeing me.
Well, here it is. It's like I told you on the phone. It's the same shack standing in the same spot since we started this project 6 months ago. Come on in. Sit down, Mr. Reed.
Thanks. You say this night watchman my reporter claims to have met here last night quit his job 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, well, actually, I had to fire him. He got in the habit of bringing his lunch in a bottle, if you know what I mean. Maybe your reporter came up with that story out of a bottle, too. What did you say his name is?
Axford, Mike Axford. That's a good possibility. Mike's been known to take a drink or two.
Yeah, well, I guess we all do now and then.
There's another problem, though. He asked for and received $1,000 to buy the information.
Maybe put it in his pocket. It's been known to happen.
Could be. He hasn't been himself lately since he started working on this construction insurance racket story. Have you read about it?
Yeah, I've read a few of them.
What do you think?
Well, I don't really have much opinion about them one way or the other.
But you do have a policy with Mammoth Insurance Company, don't you?
I'd rather not talk about it, Mr. Reed. I can't afford any trouble on this job. I got a deadline to meet. If I start having accidents and breakdowns, I don't finish on time, I lose my shirt. Now, why don't you give up? You can't win. Whoever they are, the men behind the Mammoth Insurance Company are too powerful, and they're too dangerous. And when I start a fight, I like to finish it. Well, I gotta get back on the job. Well, if you change your mind and decide to give me a few hints, let me know. Well, I don't think that's likely. I got too much at stake. Good luck. Thanks. Barely. Would you call that one of those accidents? Get in.
Where are we going?
To the Mammoth Insurance Company. When we get there, all you have to do is look wise and agree with everything I say. Understand?
And he wants another $50,000 premium from the Mid-City Construction Company tomorrow.
Let's talk, Mr. Giles.
What do you want?
My partner, Mike Axford of the Daily Sentinel, and I have something to sell. We thought we'd give your employer the first chance to buy it.
What are you talking about? My employer?
The man that really runs Mammoth Insurance.
Well, you're talking to him.
Don't waste time, Giles. You're neither smart enough nor tough enough to run a racket like this, and we know it. Don't we?
Yeah.
You get in touch with your employer. Tell him we want a meeting.
What about?
If I told you, I wouldn't have to tell him, would I? Call him.
Hello? Yeah. The Green Hornet.
And Mike Axford of the Daily Sentinel.
Axford?
Yes, they say they have some information that you might be interested in. They want to meet with you.
Maybe we didn't get to Wiggins quite soon enough last night, huh?
Maybe. And maybe they're just bluffing.
No, Axford being there might figure. Britt Reed says he's a lush and he's got money problems. Wiggins did talk. Why, maybe Axford figured he'd hook up with the Green Hornet and cash in big once and for all. Now, listen. Ask him if it's okay if we contact Axford to set a time and a place for tomorrow night.
He wants to meet with you tomorrow night. Now, he'll be in touch with Axford. We'll let you know where and when.
That's fine, but don't get cute. Let's go.
They said okay and left. The Green Hornet said not to try anything.
I'm not gonna try anything. I'm just gonna do it.
We don't need the Green Hornet anymore. When this guy Giles calls and tells me where and when to also meet me...
want any more argument, Mike. We started this with the Green Hornet, and we finish it with him. Is that clear? I asked you a question, Mike. Is that clear?
Yeah!
Eddie, I want you, Dick, and Joe to put in some more overtime tonight. I got a job for you.
Britt's gone?
Mm-hmm.
You know where I can reach him?
He took some work home with him, Mike. Mike, if you're going to bug him again about working with the Green Hornet, you'd better forget it.
But I tried to...
Excuse me. Mr. Reed's office? Yes, just a moment, please. Mike, it's for you. I'll be in the city room.
Axford speaking.
Axford, this is Clinton Giles. Meet me in front of my office building at 10 o'clock tonight.
Daily Sentinel? Mike Axford, please.
Hello?
Axford?
Yeah.
The Green Hornet.
Have you heard from Clinton Giles yet?
Axford?
No. No, I haven't heard from Giles.
Well, I'll check back with you in about an hour.
Mike? Are you leaving?
Yeah. And if you talk to the boss, give him a message from me. Tell him I don't need the Green Hornet to wrap up the construction racket story.
Mike? Those aren't Mr. Reed's orders, Mike.
Mr. Reed's orders. Look, Casey, it galled me to do business with the Green Hornet. Now I've got a chance to wrap this up without him.
Well, what difference does it make, with him or without him?
Just this. I've been on this paper a long time. Some people think maybe too long. Now I've got a chance to show those young punks who snicker when I walk through the city room that I'm still the news hawk I was 30 years ago.
Mike?
So you're crossing the Green Hornet.
Forget him. He served his purpose. I figure, why should I cut him in on the payoff?
You have a real talent for double-crossing people, Axford. First your employer, and now the Green Hornet. I hope you know when to stop.
What are we going to do? With Mike's life in danger, what can we do? Except walk into Crown's trap and hope we can get out.
So you're playing the lone hand now, huh? What's this information you want to sell? Well, let's have it.
Before that bulldozer hit the shack last night, the night watchman told me that you were the one behind the construction company insurance racket.
So what?
Well, I'm tired of working for Britt Reed for peanuts. So for, say, $10,000, I'm willing to forget what Wiggins told me.
You think I'd go for a shakedown like this? I'd pay you once and you'd bleed me white.
No,
Take
no,
care.
I wouldn't. No. All I want. Wait, fellas. No, don't. Fellas, I'm trying to tell you. All I'm asking is if you just let me tell
Hold it. The Green Hornet. Get him!
Mike's getting away.
Let's hope he makes it.
Look.
They're coming at us from all directions. That blades like armor plate. Activate the Hornet mortar. Ashford got away.
That does it.
Not quite. They're all yours, Axford.
Records found by the police at the Mammoth Insurance Company office will ensure the convictions of Crown, Giles, and their entire organization. This marks the end of another vicious racket brought to its knees by the Daily Sentinel. Beautiful.
But why did you disobey orders? Why did you go chasing off last night by yourself instead of cooperating with the Green Hornet?
Who says I didn't cooperate with him?
Mike, I gave him your message about you wrapping up the Mammoth Insurance story all by yourself.
Well, that was just a little joke.
A joke?
Yes. You see, everything worked out just like the Green Hornet and I planned it.
Oh?
Sure. See, I told the Green Hornet that Emmett Crown had probably set some sort of a trap for us.
You told the Green Hornet that?
Right. So I said maybe I better meet with Crown alone. That way the Green Hornet could move in later, in case it was a trap and I needed help.
I see. That's very smart. I wonder why the Green Hornet didn't think of it.
Let me tell you something. That crook isn't as smart as some people think he is.
Well, it's a good thing you used your head.
Yeah, it sure is. I'll see you later.
Okay, Mike.
Oh, that big phony. Are you going to let him get away with a story like that?
Well, what can I do?
Why didn't you let me tell him? Oh, come on.
And spoil his fun? Never. Come here. Look at this. Oh, boy.
Papers have to be in Porter's hands no later than midnight. You know, Frank, you look tired. Why don't you let me take them?
No, I'm all right. I'll just drop these off on my way.
All right, but you'll get your beauty sleep. Now, that TV debate's tomorrow night. You want to look pretty for your public, don't you?
Well, I think plastic surgery is probably more the answer than sleep at this time. Good night, James.
Good night, Frank. Crump on the phone, 23rd District. He wants to talk to you.
Well, I may miss Porter.
You may lose the 23rd if you don't talk to him. You better let me take those.
You may have a point. Okay, take my car. I'll wait for you.
All right.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet, his aide, Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal, the Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner-publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
spread the word. Let's hope whoever planted that bomb in Scanlon's car takes the bait.
They just might.
There it is. The upside-down poster. That's a signal. Pull over. What's around the block? Get in. Name?
Starkey. Jack Starkey.
You mean you're it? The big plot against Scanlon?
Just me. Now, what's your proposition?
Pull over and let Mr. Starkey out.
Wait a minute. You dropped word you wanted to help get rid of Scanlon.
I don't deal with little people, Starkey.
But I did what you wanted. I flipped the poster for the signal. Man, you act like we sent for you.
You just said the key word, we. Who do you work for?
I told you, just me.
Listen, Starkey. Even a fish that smells as bad as you has a head. Who is it?
A guy.
What guy?
A guy, that's all. Just a guy.
Give him a message for me. Tell him I don't deal with subordinates.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think that you...
You don't have to think. Just tell him what I said. Pull over.
Hey, where do we find you? We'll find you.
Turn up that alley, Kato. We'll let Starkey show us the way.
Mr. Reed's office? No, I'm sorry. I can't call him to the phone right now. He's in the television studio on the air at the moment. I'm sorry. I didn't get that. Would you mind repeating it? I interviewed that party, and he is behind us. Yes, all right. I'll give him the message. Thank you very much.
Let him get a good start.
Which may not answer your question, Mr. Carey, so I'll try to be straight with you. My opponent, Mr. Ryland, has made much of the fact that during my years in office, I've been unable to apprehend the Green Hornet.
Well, now, it's just a matter of public record, Mr. Scanlon. I mean, after all, you are the incumbent district attorney. You know better than I what steps have been taken to apprehend that notorious criminal.
Mr. Ryland, members of the press, I want to assure you that everything necessary is being done to bring the Green Hornet to justice.
Mr. Axford.
Mike Axford, Daily Sentinel. My question's for Mr. Ryland. What's your reaction, sir, to the rumors, you'll excuse me for putting it this way, that you're campaign organization is responsible for placing a bomb in Mr. Scanlon's car and for the murder of Dave Quincy?
Well, if I may say...
Mr. Ryland, let me answer that for you, if you don't mind. Even though Mr. Ryland wants to defeat me for the office of district attorney, his honor is beyond reproach. Now, I've known him for years. And to suggest that he or anyone in his organization would try to remove me from office by any other than the democratic process is utterly ridiculous. I'm deeply shocked at Mr. Axford's question.
And this brings to a close another of our weekly programs, Debate the Issues.
Frank, I want to thank you. I admit I was a bit flustered by that question. It was a terrible business, that bomb. Poor Dave Quincy. I've known him for many years.
Frank, I don't know what to say except very, very decent thing, especially say on the air. We appreciate it.
Oh, nonsense. Look, I only said what I know to be a fact. You may be managing your brother's career, but you're not the kind of a man who would resort to killing or placing bombs in people's cars. Now, if you win, you'll win honestly.
That's right, Frank. On the Green Hornet issue. But you know, he seems to be on your side. Hasn't pulled off a crime lately. Making you look good.
Well, if I knew his address, I'd send him a thank you note.
Away and look busy. The big man will probably be here soon. What was that?
I'd better go take a look.
Go with him, Woody.
Get that one out of the way. I'll take care of this one. well. So you're the man in charge.
That's right, Hornet. I'm the man in charge, and don't you forget it.
You misunderstand the purpose of my visit. I'm not for hire, Rylan.
You know who I am.
Obviously.
And what are you doing here?
To help the not-so-loyal opposition defeat Scanlon for my own reasons. Where's your brother?
He would be horrified if he knew that we were together. He's clean. Too clean.
Then he'd be pretty badly shaken if he knew you were the one that ordered the bomb planted in Scanlon's car.
He'd never believe it.
No, I'd expect you to be more clever. That was a child's trick you pulled.
If it had worked, I wouldn't find it necessary to be here talking to you.
If it had worked, I wouldn't be within 100 miles of you. There'd been an investigation, very wide and very thorough.
Conducted by my brother as a new district attorney.
Are you forgetting how clean he is? He wouldn't cover you on a murder charge. He'd expose you, strip you naked. And your construction racket connections would become public knowledge. But I have a hunch that Scanlon's getting very close to busting you.
He's dancing around on the edges. I have to find some way of getting rid of him before he hits a bullseye.
And you think killing him is the answer?
You have a better method?
Your campaign should tell you how.
How?
Your platform is built on the fact that the DA has been unable to capture the Green Hornet.
That's right.
Then supposing the Green Hornet pulls off a series of major crimes starting tonight and continuing right up to Election Day.
That's very good. Very good.
Warren Ryland? I don't believe it.
But it's true. Only his brother doesn't know about it.
The plan is simple. First job's going to be the Century Bank. One of his clients built it. Warren knows how the alarm system is wired. He's going to disconnect it for me.
Yeah, but you're not going to go through with it.
I have to, Frank.
But that'll cinch the election for Calvin Ryland.
It might if he was going to play it straight, but he's not going to.
Oh, you're expecting a double cross.
I don't know where or when, but it's due.
Britt, why don't you let me press my investigation into the construction racket, huh? Maybe tie things up, try to expose Warren Ryland.
Your opponent's brother?
Yeah.
On the eve of the election?
Why not?
Oh, Frank, they'll yell smear campaign and gain votes. You know that.
I'm a public servant, Britt. Elections aren't the only thing that I care about.
I care about this one, Frank. If you lose, so does the Green Hornet.
And so does the city.
All right, let's see it.
A surprise package for the Green Hornet.
That thing going to work?
Set for 12:02. At 12:02 and 1 second, there won't be enough of the Green Hornet to put in a matchbox.
I'll need the demolition expert. Wait here. I just want to get to my safety deposit box.
Right this way, Mr. Ryland.
I need you in here, Mr. Ryland.
Coming, Mike.
Now, Warren, will you let me in on this mystery?
My dear brother, tonight you are going to clinch the election.
How?
By capturing the most notorious criminal this city has ever known.
The Green Hornet?
Same.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. He's in that bank at this very moment, working his way into a vault.
Warren, have you gone crazy? How do you know that?
Let's just say I got a tip. Bought and paid for.
Look, is this some sort of a joke?
Calvin, with the stakes we're playing for, I wouldn't be joking. Come on, I'll show you. I tell you?
I still don't believe it.
Let me out of here, Ryland.
Can't do that, Hornet. You're a prisoner. Captured by the next district attorney.
That's correct.
So you're in on this, too?
In on what?
Don't pay any attention to him. Let's go. We'll call the police.
Now, wait a minute, Warren. I asked you in on what?
Haven't you told the future district attorney about our plan?
What plan? What are you talking about?
Calvin, we've got to get out of here.
I'm not moving until I find out what this is all about.
Your brother and I worked out a little deal to guarantee your election.
What about this, Warren?
Calvin, look. There's a bomb going off, and there's a bomb!
Now, what is this all about?
There was a bomb. I wasn't expecting any more from your brother. I found it, disarmed it.
Something's gone wrong. Let's go.
This is a side of you I didn't know about.
Your brother has many sides, Mr. Ryland, and quite a few angles.
You've gone far enough. Listen, I've been listening to you too long. Get me the police.
Let's go.
Although I'm deeply grateful to the many people who have supported me during this long campaign, I most regretfully have no choice but to withdraw my name. I commend you to Mr. Frank Scanlon, an excellent district attorney.
That's too bad, Britt. He's a good man. I only hope that the mayor can convince him to stay on as Commissioner of Public Works.
Now that he's got his brother off his back, he can do a good job.
Yeah.
You know something, Britt? Next election, you ought to run for office. A good political campaign might liven things up around here.
at 3 minutes of midnight.
Check.
Yes.
Standing by.
Hold on.
Continental warehousing.
Right.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. His aide, Kato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On police records, a wanted criminal. The Green Hornet is really Britt Reed, owner publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual identity known only to his secretary and to the district attorney. And now, to protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
Drawing a blank again.
Yes.
We've covered the only possible exits for the arsonist, Frank. We haven't seen a single person.
Well, a firebug generally stays around to make sure that his torch is worked.
This one doesn't.
The commissioner just called. There have been 12 injuries so far, 2 serious. The entire warehouse is totaled out. There were 2 night watchmen on duty, but they saw no one. This is critical, Britt. There's going to be a meeting at the commissioner's office tomorrow at 10. Make sure that you're there, huh? As Britt Reed.
Will you be seated? Gentlemen, I am particularly gratified that the press is represented here this morning. The seriousness of this matter cannot be overestimated. For 7 nights now, at the stroke of midnight, a madman has set a devastating fire somewhere in our city. Now, gentlemen, I have to admit that I have absolutely no idea how to combat this. We welcome suggestions.
Commissioner Dolan, Mike Axford of the Sentinel.
Yes, Mike.
I don't bring just a suggestion. I brought the solution.
Well, what's that?
What is this, Mike? I thought I was just going to see the commissioner.
This is better, Ben. Commissioner Dolan, you know Ben Wade. He was retired from service a few months ago because of his injury. But there isn't a man in this town knows more about arson, or determining the methods of its use, or preventing it, than Ben Wade.
We know all about Mr. Wade. Good to see you, Ben.
Thank you, Commissioner. If I can help, I'd like to.
It's already been suggested. When we realized the extent of our problem, your name came up.
Thank you, sir.
But it was rejected. The job you held cost you the sight of one eye. We can't possibly risk the loss of the other.
But, Commissioner, that would be my risk, not yours.
I'm sorry, Ben. The decision's reluctant, but it's firm. You and I know it's against department policy.
Ben.
It's all right, Mike.
Commissioner Dolan, you've got the answer in your hand.
Mike!
Gentlemen, as I see it, our problem is not determining whether the fires are incendiary or not, or how they're set. Our problem is in anticipating the next move.
The commissioner warned that even though a pattern of terror has been established, policing the areas that must be covered presents a formidable problem. Transportation, warehouses, power plants, and water pumping stations are all potential targets and may be struck next. Meanwhile, on the national scene...
100 different targets.
Shouldn't this person, whoever he is, be making his demands soon?
If he has demands, I'm not so sure he has any.
Well, I don't understand. Surely he has some price he's going to ask before he stops.
On the other hand, he may be just enjoying the sheer panic he's causing. Wonder what Sir Lancelot wants now.
Maybe Commissioner Dolan is too stubborn to take Ben back. That doesn't mean we have to be too, does it?
Not necessarily.
The way these fires have been set, it's been done with advanced planning, right?
Right.
So, if the commissioner won't hire Ben, the Sentinel does. Ben figures out how the fires have been triggered, and we can warn all the plant security people on what to look for. Britt, at least it's a way to go.
Mike, that'll take a lot of time. He has to check all the sites of the past fires.
He's fast, and he'd work on it day and night. We've been friends a long time. I know.
Well, I'll think about it. Maybe check with the commissioner.
Thanks.
Just might work.
Well, we still have about 20 minutes, Britt. I think that with all the publicity, the firebug may change his pattern.
Helicopters up?
Yes, surveillance on all areas. I don't think he can pull it off tonight. Chopper report. Smoke visible. West end. Transport maintenance. The pilot will check it out.
We're less than 30 seconds away, Frank. Let's go.
Main plant's going up. Call fire emergency.
Hello, Ben. Crawling in kind of late, aren't you? And in a hot suit.
How did you get in here?
So you're the firebug.
Just because I'm wearing a hot suit, that doesn't prove anything.
No. But added to these locations and dates, it does. Every fire, including the one tonight.
I heard that on the radio. I wrote it down. I'm trying to establish a pattern.
Set one, you mean? I heard the fire report on my police radio just as I got here, and you haven't been home for hours. I was trying to get you on the phone to give you what I thought was good news. Ben, why are you doing this?
Don't you know? Forced retirement for a man who dedicated himself to the city. Lost an eye for it.
Man, they offered you another job.
Sure. Sitting behind a desk, punching holes in paper, answering the phone when people who call up are sick.
Are they any sicker than you?
Mike, how would you be? For 3 months I've been cooped up in this building, staring at four walls. I've turned into a cripple. Mentally, not physically.
You did it to yourself. Ben, I've known you too long.
You only think you know me. Nobody knows me. I'm just beginning to know myself. And I'm not going to settle for the pasture. Not yet.
So you figured to start a few fires and be needed and called back?
Look at this! Scrapbook. Look at it. Lieutenant Bed Wade solves shipboard fire. Lieutenant Wade captures arson ring single-handed.
It's the headlines you miss. You're about to make the biggest headline yet.
Don't move, Mike.
Let me do this for your own good. Ben, I've been your friend for a lot of years.
I have no friends. And now that you know what I'm doing, least of all you.
Big story on Mike's favorite subject. Where is he?
I don't know. He hasn't been in all morning. He hasn't even called. It's not like him. When he left last night, he said he was going to stop by Ben Wade's to tell him that you were considering him for a job.
Have you checked at Ben's?
Yes, and Ben said he never arrived. And then I called Mike's apartment, and they said that he hadn't been there all night either. I'm beginning to worry about him.
Morning, Ben.
Mr. Reed.
May I come in?
Sure, yes.
Is Mike here?
No, sir. Like I told your secretary, he hasn't been. Haven't seen him since the commissioner's office. But he did call me this morning, telephone me from his apartment.
He did? Well, he'll probably show up around here sooner or later. Nice place you have here, Ben. I have good news for you.
Well, I could use some.
You're now an employee of the Daily Sentinel. Special investigator, arson.
You mean you're going to do what the city wouldn't?
Somebody has to. This thing's gotten out of hand.
I'll say it has. When do we start?
And you think Mike Axford is Wade's prisoner?
But why? Who knows? Maybe Mike stumbled on something. He is an old news hound, you know.
Yeah, but Ben Wade's one of his best friends. It sounds ridiculous.
Does it? Try this. The arsonist is a man so well versed in setting incendiary fires, he never uses the same method twice. That fits Ben. Secondly, he's a man that has a complete knowledge of the fire prevention and construction of all the buildings that he struck. Again, Ben Wade. Mike said he planned to drop by and see Ben last night, but Ben claims that he never did. He said that Mike called him from his home, but no one at Mike's home has seen him all night or this morning.
Is it possible that he's the same man that you almost caught last night?
He's the same size, that's all I can say.
Well, I filled out all the forms. I belong to you now.
Good. I have your first assignment.
You don't waste any time, do you?
There's none to waste. A replacement shipment of medical supplies is arriving this afternoon.
I hope you're sneaking them in.
We are. Top secret. If we lose it, the situation becomes critical. That Green Hornet is tricky. We have to be ready.
I got you. Where are you storing it?
The Sentinel has a warehouse at the harbor. Shipment is camouflaged as newsprint, ink, paper.
Good idea.
I want you to go down and check out the warehouse. Make certain there are no incendiaries.
What's to prevent someone from planting them tonight?
We have the police surrounding the place. No one in or out.
Mr. Reed, you don't want to just protect this shipment. You'd like to catch the Green Hornet, too, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Well, then pull the police out. Let me handle this alone. Don't just scare them away.
Isn't that risky?
So's crossing the street. Everything's coming along fine, Mike. 2 carloads of material have been delivered and stored. Sit up, Mike.
Ben, for heaven's sake, stop this.
Come on, get up. We got places to go.
You asked for a chance. Britt Reed gave it to you. Now you're going to cross him.
That's right. This is going to be my biggest fire of all.
And what will it accomplish? What about your reputation? This will still be an unsolved case.
Who said unsolved? I'm going to capture, I'm going to kill the firebug, and the firebug is going to be you.
Nobody's going to believe I'm the arsonist.
If I make my case against you, they will, and you're being dead. There's not going to be any questions asked.
Fine suspect I'll be, with my hands tied.
Very foolish, Mike. You shouldn't have told me that. You're absolutely right.
What is it, Mike?
Boss, I have a favor to ask.
Ask away.
Could we play down this firebug story? Ben Wade deserves a better epitaph.
Mike, he tried to kill you.
He didn't, and I'm here.
But it's a chance to make you a genuine hero.
What kind of a hero? I don't even know how I get out of the place.
Okay, if that's the way you feel about it.
Thanks.
Poor Mike.